Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bowl TV. My name is Aaron Smith, and we are ready for the sectional announcements for the 2022 collegiate season. It's been a fun year leading up to this moment. We're looking forward to postseason play coming up here, and this is the first step, finding out where all these great teams and student athletes are heading in just a couple of weeks, March 11th through the 13th. For sectional qualifiers in hopes of making it to the ISC and ITC, and of course, being able to raise the Helmer Cup when it's all said and done, become a national champion at the collegiate level. So much excitement already in store for the 2022 season, and it's only going to get better from here on Bowl TV, folks. So we're looking forward to it. We hope you are too. Prior to jumping into the sectional announcement, of course, we got some housekeeping to take care of and all that good stuff, but we won't keep you waiting too long. But before we get to the slides, our 4 sectional locations this year: USA Bowl in Dallas, Texas, the Smyrna Bowling Center in Smyrna, Tennessee, Polking Lane South in Dayton, Ohio, and then Stardust Bowl in Addison, Illinois. Once again, the dates March 11th through the 13th. We're going to go ahead and start throwing the slides up there, but we're not going to get going yet. We're going to let you just wait for a quick second. So I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to make you wait for a second, but we're going to get to the sectionals in just a moment after a few more quick housekeeping notes. And depending on where you're watching, if you're watching with your team, if you're watching anywhere, use the hashtag ITC Watch Party or hashtag ITC. Let us know you're watching, you're enjoying the show. We look forward to seeing those on social media as well. So next, we're going to be taking a look at the top 80 eligible men's and 64 eligible women's teams who are going to be making their way to postseason play here for the 2022 season. Before we get into the ITC, on the ISC side, the top 24 men and women will advance, while the top 4 teams in each sectional in both the men's and the women's divisions will advance to the ITC. The Intercollegiate Team Championships are taking place at Stardust Bowl in Addison, Illinois this year, April 18th through the 23rd. Before we get into more details, still going to make you wait for a quick second. I want to take a quick moment just to say thank you to the IBC Youth Development Team for all of their hard work and dedication to collegiate bowling, to the collegiate programs out there, and to the student athletes. We had a record number of student athletes registered this season, which is just absolutely awesome. So a big shout out to Gary Brown, Brandon Cruz, Zach Barton, Melissa Matos, Brian English, and Andrew Lowy for their continued work toward growing collegiate bowling. And a big thank you again to the entire IBC Youth Development Team and everyone helping out of the campus in Arlington as well. Sectional assignments are based on team ranking system points earned during the season. USBC Collegiate attempts to place no more than 2 of the top 8 schools and no more than 4 of the top 16 schools in a sectional based on the final TSR totals. The sectional format returns to 64 Baker games in 2022, with 32 games taking place each day. Total pinfall will determine which teams advance to the ITC. Registration for the single sectional qualifier, so ISC sectional qualifier, is going to open Friday, February 25th at 11 a.m. Eastern and close March 4th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Student athletes can register at bowl.com/ISC. So for those of you interested in singles, that sign up begins Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Once again, bowl.com/ISC. So folks, that's it. I got nothing left to do now but read the teams. So we're going to do that. We're going to get into it, and we're going to start in Dallas. USA Bowl, Dallas, Texas, March 12th and 13th. And we're going to start in Dallas because our top-ranked teams and our defending ITC champions, Wichita State University, are going to be competing at USA Bowl. So let's get at it, folks. Here we go. First sectional. We'll start off with the women's teams. The first slide, there we go. Wichita State, the 10-time ITC champion, returns. Several players from last year's winning squad, including Masson Janik, Addie Hasberg, Sarah Clausen, and Olivia Komorowski. Janik was the NCBCA MVP last season and also was named the MVP at the 2021 ITC. Who can forget a couple of those memorable strikes in the 10th frame of Game 5 to lock up the win for the Shockers. Coming up next in Dallas is Weber International, the 3-time ITC champion on the women's side. They were led this season by Jacqueline Watura, who captured 2 individual wins. A lot of great teams coming up here. Midland, Newman, Ottawa, Kansas, Oklahoma Christian, Sam Houston State coming up next. They won a Tier 1 event this year at the Mid-States Championships, and the Bearcats are the 2014 NCAA champion. Grandview up next. Stephen F. Austin, a 2-time NCAA champion. They also featured the 2022 U.S. Amateur champion from back in January, Chloe Skorzinski, part of the Lady Jacks here this season. Morningside. On to the next slide we go. Tulane, Kansas Wesleyan, Iowa Central CC, and College of St. Mary. So those are your women's teams in Dallas for sectionals. Moving on to the men's side. As advertised, Wichita State, the top-ranked team in the nation and 12-time ITC champion, earned the top spot in Dallas. They captured 3 Tier 1 titles in the 2021-2022 season, the Mid-States Championships, the Collegiate Shootout, and most recently the Hoosier Classic just a couple of days ago. Some familiar names on the squad from the winning team last year, Alec Keplinger, TJ Rock, and Nick Summer, but a great freshman class as well for Rick Steele-Smith and company, including the likes of Spencer Robars, Brandon Bonta, and Justin Bone. Weber International coming up next, a 2-time ITC champion, features 2020 NCBCA MVP Tom Hankey Jr., who also won ISC back in 2019, and last year's Rookie of the Year on the men's side, AJ Wolstenholme. Oklahoma Christian, Newman, and Midland up next, followed by Grand Canyon, Kansas Wesleyan, Cal State Fresno, the 2011 ITC champion, Ottawa, Kansas, Iowa Western CC, Arizona State, the 1981 ITC champion, Spring Hill, Iowa Central Community College, Drury, California Davis, Peru State, UNLV, San Jose State, and Grandview. So just like that, folks, one sectional announced out in the world. We're ready for the next 3, and we are going to waste no time to get to it. Good luck to everybody heading to USA Bowl in Dallas, Texas. Coming up next, Polking Lane South, Dayton, Ohio, March 12th and 13th. The dates are going to stay the same. I don't know why I keep saying them. March 12th and 13th, the time, the place. Taking a look at the women's side once again in St. Francis, Illinois. It's going to be leading the way. The number 3 ranked Fighting Saints put themselves in consistent position each and every tournament to win throughout the course of the regular season. A bunch of top 10s and top 5s throughout the course of the year. They were led this season by Serenity Quintero, who put up 1 individual win and finished with 3 top 5 finishes on the season. Coming up next in Dayton, Tennessee Southern, the Firehawks claim back-to-back Tier 1 victories in Las Vegas back in December, winning the Glenn Carlson Las Vegas Invitational and the Collegiate Shootout. St. Xavier, Davenport, McKendree, the 2017 ITC and NCAA champion. The Bearcats were a semifinalist at the 2021 ITC. They also captured a Tier 1 victory at the National Collegiate Team Match Games. Madonna, Notre Dame, Ohio, Spring Arbor, Trine, Sacred Heart, Ohio State, Walsh, Marion, Indiana, Rio Grande, Delaware State, and Muskingum. That is your women's field in Dayton, Ohio. Heading to the men's side, Dayton. Tennessee Southern will be leading the way, ranked number 5 overall. The Firehawks won a Tier 1 at the Bolero Southern Collegiate Classic and have been led this season by Hayden Stipich, who has 1 individual win and leads the nation in average and average differential. And you know, when we say average differential, we can't go without mentioning Carl Nikolai. So big shout out to Carl for everything he has done over the years for collegiate bowling. Hope all is well, Carl. Continuing on in Dayton, we have McKendree, the 2-time ITC champion. They were a semifinalist at the 2021 ITC. William Patterson up next, the 1992 ITC champion. St. Francis, Illinois, Muskingum, St. Xavier, Marion, Indiana, Spring Arbor, Madonna, Davenport, Walsh, New Jersey Institute of Technology, Notre Dame, Ohio, Robert Morris, Pennsylvania, SUNY Stony Brook, St. Vincent, Trine, and Siena Heights wraps up the men's field in Dayton. So good luck to everybody heading to Polking Lanes South. Just like that, we are halfway done with the sectional announcements, but we're going to take this opportunity to take a quick break. We'll come back with the last 2 after you check out a quick look at Bowler's Journal. A lot of great information coming out. Bowler's Journal revamped for 2022. You can pick up your subscription of the longest running sports magazine in the nation, bowlersjournal.com/subscribe. Of course, for Junior Gold members, an announcement last week about that. So be sure to check that out at bowl.com as well. Read up and learn more about some of the cool things happening with Bowler's Journal. But with that, we are ready to continue. And we're heading to Smyrna Bowling Center, Smyrna, Tennessee, March 12th through 13th, ITC sectional qualifier. Let's go. Women's field kicked off by Pikeville, ranked number 4 this year. The Bears, a 2-time ITC champion, captured 1 Tier 1 victory this season, winning the Bolero Southern Collegiate Classic. They were led this year by 2021 Rookie of the Year, Christina Cato, who finished year number 2 with 1 win and 5 top 5s. SCAD Savannah is next. The Bees won 2 Tier 1 titles this year, starting the season off with a win at the Midwest Collegiate Championships, and then collecting another one at the Lehigh Valley Collegiate Classic in December. Indiana Tech up next. They were led by Marissa Carey, semifinalist at the ISC in 2021. Marissa led the nation in average and average differential while winning 5 individual events and recording 9 top 5s throughout the course of the year. Baker University just captured the bracket win at the Hoosier Classic to end the regular season. So some momentum there for Baker heading into postseason play. Emmanuel, 2-time ITC champion Lindenwood, Wright State, North Carolina A&T, the 2015 champion and the runner-up in 2021. Quick shout out to North Carolina A&T head coach Kim Kearney on her recent induction to the PWBA Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Coach Kim. As we continue on, Concordia, Mount St. Mary's, Maryville, Culver Stockton, University of the Cumberlands, SCAD Atlanta, Campbellsville, and Union, the women's field in Tennessee. There you go. Moving on to the men's side. SCAD Savannah up at the top, ranked number 3 overall for the year. The Bees kicked off a season with the win, just like the women's team at the Midwest Collegiate Championship. They both had to hurry and make a flight right after that to get back to campus. They were able to do that and continue to have a great season throughout the course of the year. They were led this season by Tyrell Ingalls, Alex Glinski, and Julian Salinas, all of who averaged more or over 210 during the regular season. Indiana Tech, back-to-back Tier 1 wins this season right before the new year at the Roto Grip Keystone Quaker Classic and Lehigh Valley Collegiate Classic. Indiana Tech was led this year by James Bennett and Marcus McLean, who both averaged more than 214 and recorded a pair of individual wins. 2-time ITC champion Lindenwood coming up next. Pikeville, they won the bracket at the Glenn Carlson Las Vegas Invitational for a Tier 1 victory this year. Lincoln Memorial, Concordia, Wright State, University of the Cumberlands, Emmanuel, who advanced to the semifinals at the 2021 ITC, Tennessee Wesleyan, Aquinas, Baker, Florida State, Culver Stockton, Midway, Belmont Abbey, Life, Southeastern Illinois, Tusculum, a few more here in Tennessee, SCAD Atlanta, and Campbellsville. That is your lineup. Smyrna, Tennessee, Smyrna Bowling Center, March 12th and 13th for the ITC sectional qualifier. 1 left to go, folks. We're heading to Addison. Stardust Bowl, the women's division, kicking off with Mount Mercy. Mustangs won the Kegel ISBPA Midwest Collegiate Classic back in January at Stardust Bowl. They have another stellar squad for Coach Andy Dirks, featuring past Rookie of the Year Ira Amanudin, who captured 2 individual wins, Jenna Williams, and 2021 Junior Gold U18 champion J.L. Hammond. Lawrence Tech up next. They captured the win at the Roto-Grip Keystone Quaker Classic, a Tier 1 title for Lawrence Tech. St. Ambrose, they were led this year by Megan Hess, who posted 3 runner-up finishes and 6 top 10s during the course of the season. William Penn, Marion, Wisconsin, Calumet, Louisiana Tech, Adrian, Lords, Lewis, Judson, Alma, Rock Valley, Huntington, Clark, Duquesne, 2021 semifinalist, Wisconsin Whitewater, and Viterbo. And now the men's field in Addison. Our final group, St. Ambrose, ranked number 2 in the regular season this year. The Fighting Bees were the runner-up at the 2021 ITC, collected 2 Tier 1 wins this season. The National Collegiate Team Match Games and Kegel ISBPA Midwest Collegiate Classic. They are led by Southpaws Nathan Stubler and Cameron Crow. Stubler collected 3 wins this season, while Crow, coming back from an injury, averaged more than 246 to win his first event of the year at the Kegel ISBPA Midwest Collegiate Classic. Calumet College coming up next. The Crimson Wave are looking for their 15th consecutive ITC appearance on the men's side. Mount Mercy, Wisconsin Whitewater. The Warhawks are looking to make a memorable run for longtime head coach Sean Walkner, who will be stepping away from coaching after this season. So can the Warhawks make a run for the storybook ending? Lawrence Tech, the 2019 ITC runner-up. William Penn, always got to look out for William Penn. Marion, Wisconsin. Northwestern Ohio. Bowling Green State. Judson. Rock Valley. Adrian. Purdue. Huntington. Waldorf. Lourdes. Viterbo. Thomas More. Rochester. Two-time ITC champion. Wisconsin Lacrosse. Two more teams to go here, folks. Wisconsin Milwaukee and Wisconsin Oshkosh complete the men's field in Addison, and that completes your sectional assignments for 2021, folks. Good luck to everybody heading to Stardust Bowl in all of the sectional locations in just a couple of weeks, March 11th through the 13th. Woo! That was a lot of talking. But we're not done yet. We're almost done, though. That obviously concludes the sectional announcements, but we do want to give you the heads up. Sectionals March 11th through the 13th will be featured. Each of the 4 sectional locations will have a handful of pairs covered on bowltv.com. So you may be watching Bowl TV right now, or you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Thanks for watching, first and foremost. We definitely appreciate you checking out the sectional assignments here. But we will have coverage from each of the 4 sectionals to look forward to. And then at the ITC and ISC, all qualifying to match play also will be available at bowltv.com. So be sure to pick up that subscription today. And once we get through match play, we know our finalists. Of course, CBS Sports Network, the place to be for the finals. All taped to air throughout April and May. You can see the dates right there, starting with the Intercollegiate Singles Championships Women's Show, Tuesday, April 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern, and follow the next 3 Tuesday nights, ISC Men, ITC Women, ITC Men, 8 p.m. Eastern, the start time. CBS Sports Network, the place for all of those to check out the finals, see the top collegiate teams and student athletes in the country compete. It doesn't get much better than that. All right, folks, that I'm out of slides. I've officially run out of slides. You saw all 31 of them that I had. So I appreciate you sticking around to the end here. We had a fun time taking a look to see where the teams were heading this year in just a couple of weeks. Once again, March 11th through the 13th. I've said it enough, so everybody knows when sectionals is happening. So we look forward to the teams who are going to emerge from those events, the individuals as well for the ISC, and looking forward to another memorable ITC ISC appearance coming up in April at Stardust Bowl. But with that, I'm going to go get a glass of water after that, because that's a lot of talking for me. I'm not going to lie. But want to give you just one more big thank you to the IBC Youth Development Team. I mentioned all those folks earlier. They just really do a phenomenal job supporting youth bowling, supporting collegiate bowling. So they just do great work out there. Of course, the collegiate committee as well, putting in the long hours, crunching the numbers and the data to make that happen as well. So big, just tip of the cap to all you great folks out there. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'm going to go check Twitter now and see who used the hashtag ITC Watch Party. Hopefully some hilarious fun times for everybody out there. Hope you enjoyed it. But we're going to go ahead and sign off from Bowl TV. Of course, once again, we'll see you at sectionals on bowltv.com. Select pairs from each of the 4 sectionals will be available to watch. And of course, the full recap available on bowl.com just a little bit after we wrap up here. So we'll have that out in the world as well. But that's going to do it for right now. So big thank you again for joining us here from the International Bowling Campus in Arlington, Texas. My name is Aaron Smith. Everybody have a great rest of your Wednesday. And remember, on Bowl TV, bowling lives here. Have a great night.